Mauricio Pochettino will make his US men's national team head coaching debut this weekend versus Panama. The same Panama that knocked out the US men's national team in the Copa America group stage. Sure, the last game was against Uruguay, but ultimately, it was the Panama loss that really got us knocked out. And US men's national team fans are still dead inside due to the Copa America embarrassment. I haven't even left my house since it happened. That's a lie. That's totally a lie. I was just trying to be dramatic. But the US men's national team can bring back hope, just like Luke Skywalker did in episode 4, with Pochettino in charge, and most importantly, by winning one game at a time. So why don't we preview the very first game that US men's national team will have Pochettino in charge? Hi, if you're new here, I'm Filippo, and welcome to Tactical Manager TV, and welcome to this United States versus Panama match preview. This is how it's gonna go. First, we're gonna go through when and where to watch this game, along with a few fun facts here and there. After that, we're gonna go through some US men's national team news, updates, along with the projected starting 11. Last but not least, I will quickly talk about Panama, and you will hit the like button right now. Do it right now, because if you don't, the United States will lose. Trust me, I never lie. And this time, it will not be due to Tim Weah punching someone mid-game, because lightning does not strike twice in the same place. And that is another lie. It totally does. The United States men's national team is set to face Panama this Saturday, October 12th at 9 p.m. Eastern Time in Austin, Texas. Which, by the way, it's going to be in the Q2 Stadium in Austin. That's a beautiful stadium that I very much recommend you visit whenever you have an opportunity, whether it's a US men's national team game or even an Austin FC game. We even did a vlog there, which was incredible. If you want, go check out that vlog too. If you're in the United States, you have plenty of options to watch this game. It'll be on TNT, Telemundo, Universo, Max, and Peacock. On top of that, you may mute your TV and join us here on YouTube during our live watch-along. I am very well behaved. Unfortunately, I can't say the same about the chat though. Some of you always misbehave. And I get it. I totally understand if you misbehave. I'm only pretending to be classy during the stream so I can attract sponsors. But at the end of the day, I lose them anyway. So I might as well go unhinged. I don't know, might as well go full on
Spicy Jeff.
Actually, no. Never, ever go full Spicy Jeff. Don't do it. Throughout history, the US men's national team has played Panama 27 times, with a large advantage for the United States of America. The United States has 18 wins, while Panama has just 5. The other 4 games ended in a tie. For this record that I just mentioned, I'm counting knockout games as a win or loss. Even if the game ended in a tie or went to penalty kicks, whoever was eliminated took the L in this record that I just mentioned. But here's the thing. The United States is coming from 2 really bad consecutive results against Panama. Both of these results actually got the United States eliminated from official competitive tournaments, right? The Gold Cup and the Copa America. In 2023, the US men's national team got eliminated by Panama in the Gold Cup semifinals on penalty shootouts. Sure, it was our B roster with an interim head coach that has a name that belongs in the Kama Sutra book, but in 2024, the US men's national team and their best players, with Greg Berhalter in charge, lost to Panama in the Copa America group stage 2-1, mostly because Tim Weah punched the Panamanian player and Berhalter was clueless. Regardless, the United States lost, and ultimately that led to the team getting eliminated in the group stage at home, becoming the very first host nation to ever get grouped in the Copa America. So what I'm trying to say here is we really have to beat Panama, like we seriously do this time. But let's move on from that and talk about the current US men's national team, some of the news, updates, and the projected starting 11. The US men's national team arrives in camp missing several players, like many of them, a lot. Along with the players that were already missing from the roster that came out last week, we already had 3 replacements due to injury. Johnny, Balogun, and Tim Weah were cut due to injury and replaced by Brendan Vasquez from Monterrey, Alejandro Zendejas from Club America, and Tanner Tessman from Lyon. Look, we're missing a lot of players. Just so you can kind of like visualize it, I'm about to give you a US men's national team injured 11, essentially a starting 11 with all the current injured players. and you're gonna see that we have one heck of an injured 11 team. I think this injured 11 would actually be the best team in CONCACAF. So the goalkeeper doesn't really matter. Most of our goalkeepers are not very good, but I guess you could put Diego Coach in there since he's injured. But let's go to the field players. Serginho Dest as the right back, as he's currently injured with a torn ACL. Caleb Wiley can be the left back. He has knee tendonitis, the left back that plays for Strasbourg in Ligue 1. The two center backs can be Chris Richards from Crystal Palace and Cameron Carter-Vickers from Celtic in Scotland. The double pivot in the midfield would be Johnny Cardoso from Real Betis and Tyler Adams from Bournemouth. The central attacking midfielder would be Giovanni Reina from Borussia Dortmund. The right winger would be Tim Weah. The left winger would be Kevin Paredes from Wolfsburg. And then up top, the center forward would be Folading Balogun. And you would also have Luca De La Torre from Celta Vigo coming off the bench. Honestly, this injured FC or injured USMNT FC is better than Panama and Mexico. Maybe even better than our current starting 11. Maybe not, because the current healthy players still has Christian Pulisic and he's our best player. But this injured 11 is one heck of a team. Regardless of all these players that we're missing, there are no excuses. We're playing Panama at home and the expectation should be a win. A convincing win. Now let's talk about the projected 11 for this game, you know, with the players that are actually healthy. And during the press conference, Pochettino was quite clear that we're likely going to play a 4-2-3-1 and at times a 4-3-3. So for the sake of this video, we're going to go with a 4-2-3-1. And it's also safe to assume that this team will play some very aggressive soccer, likely with a high line and lots of pressing. Like a lot. Okay, goalkeeper position. Flip a coin, pick your poison, and cry. Not necessarily in that order. It's probably going to be Patrick Schulte or Zach Steffen. I think Matt Turner might not start, but it doesn't really matter too much. I would go with Schulte, but at the end of the day, we'll see what he does. The right back position will likely be Joe Scally from Borussia Mönchengladbach, also known as Borussia not Dortmund. And then the left back will be Anthony Robinson from Fulham. The two center backs I would fully expect to be Mark McKenzie from Toulouse and Tim Ream from Charlotte FC. The double pivot in the midfield in the 4-2-3-1 will probably be Aidan Morris and Weston McKennie. I mean, Johnny Cardoso is not available. Tessman was called in, but Aidan was already in the roster, so I'm expecting Morris to start. So again, it's going to be Aidan Morris and Weston McKennie. Yunus Musa will probably also stay on the bench. The central attacking midfielder, or the 10, will likely be Malik Tillman in somewhat of a Dele Alli role, right? That we saw that with Pochettino's Tottenham. But I wouldn't be surprised if he starts Brendan Aronson at the 10. I think he'll start Tillman, but I could see Aronson playing as a pressing 10. After all, when he was coaching Chelsea, I am pretty sure I saw him play Conor Gallagher as a pressing 10. So I really wouldn't be surprised if he played Brendan Aronson as a pressing 10. But let's hope he gives Malik Tillman a shot, at least in the first game. The right winger will probably be Christian Pulisic, which, by the way, in my opinion, he's the current best player in CONCACAF. We did a whole video on that last week. If you missed that video, go check it out after this video. The link will be in the description about who's the best player in CONCACAF and why. The left winger will be Haji Wright from Coventry, and the center forward, since Balogun is not available, I think he's going to go Josh Sargent. He fits more the style of play that Pochettino likes, so I believe Ricardo Pepi will be the backup. Yes, it is somewhat similar to Berhalter's lineup, and we talked about that in the past. It's not quite the same. The player pool didn't change. The coaching staff did. How we set up, the mentality, the in-game management. Those areas, we must see some drastic improvement ASAP. All right, now let's talk about Panama. And if you haven't already, don't forget to drop a like in this video so the United States doesn't lose. Okay, now Panama. And I mean no disrespect when I say that the Panamanian national team has less talent than the US men's national team. That's not hating on them or disrespecting them, that is a fact. However, under Thomas Christensen, he has been able to make their whole better than the sum of its parts. He has gotten this team to punch above its weight. He got them to the Nations League semifinals in 2023. They also made it to the Gold Cup final in 2023, knocking out the United States in the semifinals. And most recently, in the Copa America, they defeated the US men's national team 2-1 in the group stage, and they were the ones to advance to the knockout rounds alongside Uruguay. Sure, we can blame Weah's aggressive childish behavior and Greg Berhalter's low soccer IQ, but Panama won the game, fair and square, and they advanced and we didn't. Now about their team, there are two players that really catch my attention, and they would even, you know, I think they would actually play a role for the US men's national team, possibly start or at least make the roster. One of them is right back Amir Murillo that plays for Olympique Marseille. The other one is Carrasquilla, the brilliant midfielder that plays for the Houston Dynamo in MLS. The rest of the team is okay, they work well as a team, but they don't really have any other standouts in my humble opinion. So due to that, and the fact that the United States plays at home, there are simply no excuses, and the US men's national team must win this friendly and hopefully get a convincing win before we face Mexico in Guadalajara. Alright everyone, thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you on Saturday for our live watch along, and then obviously we're going to do a 7 things we learned, and we're going to do a match preview and coverage of the Mexico game that'll be next Tuesday. We're going to face Mexico in Guadalajara. That will probably be the first big challenge for Pochettino. I expect the United States to defeat Panama in Austin. You never know. I mean, we lost, I guess, the past 2 games to Panama, but I'm hoping for a bounce back. I'm hoping to bring back that US men's national team hype, stay positive, and, you know, start winning again. We kind of need it. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to drop a like before you go. I'll see you on Saturday, and have a great day.